Don't forget where you're from. That's my talk. Don't forget where you're from. This is not, you understand how we're living? They gave me 15 minutes. That's the longest time they ever gave me to talk. I got 15 minutes to talk to you really about your life and where you're at today and where you came from. Now, I don't know your story directly, but I know my story. And if it wasn't for Primerica, there'd be no Gary Kornegay. See, I'm not your competition, and you're not my competition, but I'm going to challenge you, and I expect you to challenge me. We're all on the same team. If you follow football, you have offense, and you have defense, and you have special teams. But we're all wearing the same jersey. And when your favorite football team wins, you don't just, if you're standing in that gauntlet right there, they're coming through the alleyway there, right? You don't go, oh, you're defense. I'm for the offense, guys. What do you say? We won. You even include yourself in it, don't you? You say, we won. But you don't say, but offense won. You say, we're on the same team. I've got to tell you guys this. There's 3 guys in the back that are part of another company. They're not with Primerica. And they snuck in our room. They're here today. And we need to get these guys up out of the room. Can you guys help me get these 3 guys sitting in the back there? They're with another financial company that snuck in our meeting. Can we get them out of here? Have a seat. I'm just kidding. I was proving, Mark, that when an enemy comes in the room, we all unite. I proved to you right there, who, what? You didn't say, your securities, you go get them. Your life, you back up, you go get them. What did we say, who, where? We're one team. Can I get you to at least say we're one team? See, folks, you got to trust this. Hey, look, every day we give trust. Why would you not trust this great company? Every day, Ed, we give trust. We just don't think about it. I've been married to my wife now for 38 years. I trust her. We wouldn't have a good marriage. She trusts me. That's how a good marriage works. Just trust it. I trust my children. When they say, Dad, can I spend the night at my friend's house? We trust them, yes or no? Who would ever thought that you would trust Uber with your kids? Am I right? 20 years ago, someone said, Willie, hey man, a stranger's gonna pick your daughter up. She's gonna meet him on the phone. You're gonna walk her to the curb and say, bye. You're not gonna fact check the driver. Am I right? We do it every day. You're gonna get in this elevator and go to your room and trust the elevator. I flew her from LA. Mary, I didn't pat the pilot down. Who are you? Are you drinking? Are you with me? Are you going through a divorce? Are you stressing out? But do we get on a plane every day and go, hi, and go grab a seat? Every day, I open this bottle up. I trust that someone didn't poison it. Every day we trust. We just do it unconsciously. But when you get to a certain level financially, we start not trusting. We play more defense. Don't play defense. Play offense. What a great company we have here. I looked at the numbers when Glenn was talking. I'm trying to keep up with this guy. I stopped counting at 203 million is what they threw at this company in 3 years. If someone throws 200 million at you guys, the sales force, it's our job to do what? To go to work. Am I right? Some of y'all wouldn't throw $20 at a pizza party at your house with your team. But for a company, we put $203 million in front of you. Trying to improve this thing as best we can, as fast as we can, but not too fast where it hurts the overall company. Folks, let me ask you this. Is this opportunity better today than it was a year ago? Do you really believe that? Who is Tom Crum III? Who is he under? Anybody have a Tom Crum III? Do you know, he's a rep that made $9,000. Who's he under? He's a rep, made $9,000 last month. A rep. Is this better today than it was a week ago before Tom got in? I don't know how long he's been in the business. He's a rep. Hey, check this out, Ivan. A district leader named Sidney Lopez, 22 years old, got licensed Thanksgiving Day. I fact-checked this myself, made $16,000 her first month. She's 22 years old, single mother with 3 kids. How about, who is Jill? Jill Rondu? Who's Jill Rondu under? She made $23,000. She's a division leader. A division leader is on pace to make $240. Do we have even room? Do we even have it set up yet for a division leader, senior leader, division leader to come into the meeting if she makes $250? We have a regional leader, Don Fairchild, made 40 grand. Who is Don under? He's a regional leader. 40,000 times 12 is 480. But you're not an RVP yet. Well, his bank account says, I'm whatever you need me to be. Hey, there's a 24-year-old that made over $60,000 last month as an RVP. He's right on the front row, Monte Bonner. He's 24 years old. There's a 20-year-old named Sassy under the Baragons. She's 20, made 41 grand last month. She just got out of high school. And her family probably still says, girl, get your education, stay in school. Danny Baragon, 24 years old, $300,000 base shop last month, made over 200 grand last month. He's 24. My son got in the business, he was 20 years old. He told me, Dad, are you in a success coma? I wanted to kick him out. I wanted to pull over and get the hell out of my car. But the reason I got mad because he was telling the truth. Because I hadn't done appointments since 1993. And Gary saw this opportunity at 20 years old from his eyes and go, I want to compete, Dad. I go, oh, be good, bro. But I want to compete. Gary, don't start any problems, okay? We're older now. We're wiser. So I can't compete. I mean, do it, but just do it secretly. I told my son, Gary, if you get in Primerica, I want you to understand something. I'll pay you $10,000 a month to not do Primerica. That's a true story. I paid him, I said, I'll give you a salary of 10 grand a month. Do not do Primerica. Not because I'm anti-Primerica, Jim. I didn't want to go to work. Because my son joins, guess who have to train him? Me. I'm not going to let anybody else train my son. It's my son. So I made a commitment to my son that night. We said, I want to join Primerica, Daddy. And I said, son, no, you don't. And he says, I do. I said, no, you don't. I said, why? He said, because I know it works. That's exactly what he said to me, because I know it works. Because he had an entertainment company that didn't work. So he had some experience already and getting his lunch handed to him. He ran to Primerica because I want to do what you do because I know it works. And then I said, son, if you do Primerica, we got the same name. If you screw up, that's going to make me like a failure. Then he says, Dad, can I ask you a question? If you die, who's going to run the business? This is a 20-year-old talking to a 50-year-old. I said, well, obviously you. He said, why do you have to die for me to run it? Like, why do you have to die for me to run it? That's a very powerful statement, Lawrence. You can relate because your dad passed away. So the Lord laid on my heart that night when I went to bed at night, and the Lord said, Gary, as an African American, the myth about African American fathers not being able to take care of their sons, you're going to make that real and let somebody else train your son? You're going to let him go to work for another company? Your son just asked you to work with you, and you turned him down, but you helped all those other people in your bake shop. Shame on you. You would help a stranger, but not your own son. I woke up the next morning, I said, let's go. I said, well, here's the deal, son. You got to be okay with your daddy dying in the field, because I'm going to die in the field until you get out. Because once I turn on, I'm not turning off again. And he said, Daddy, give me 2 years, and I'll send you back home. Just give me 2 years, just 2 years. It's been 8 years. It's been 8 years, Jay. But I'm not going to go home. I love it. Do you trust this company? Yes or no? Yes. Hey, you trust that you're going to wake up tomorrow morning? You got plans, don't you? You trust. I have plans tomorrow. We're going to dinner. Well, okay, you trust that you're going to wake up. Are you going to go to sleep tonight? You'll stay up all night. I trust this country. I was a paramedic. People trust me when I was a paramedic. They call 911, I show up. Here he comes. Here comes help. I couldn't save everybody, but I tried to save everybody. Do you trust this company? And the answer is yes. The biggest question is, and you have to deal with this one later, do you trust yourself? Whenever you turn trust on something, it's really you looking in the mirror and saying, I don't trust I'm going to go to work. I don't trust I'm going to do it again. I don't think I can do it again. But if you trust yourself and you trust this country and you trust this company, then guess what? No one's going to touch us. We're unstoppable. We are an unstoppable organization. We don't have any competition out there. We have opposition. Competition is someone or something that does exactly what you do, but better. Opposition is things or people that do the opposite of what you do. We don't have any competition. No one's doing it the way we're doing it. No one is doing it the way we're doing it. You don't have stories of 20-year-olds coming into business and making this kind of income. Go get your kids. Go get your nephew. Go get your nieces. There are tons of people looking for an opportunity out there. How do you double and triple your income in the worst economy ever? The government sent us all home, and we made more money. Go home. Okay. And be with your family. They went right back to those original principles. Be with your family, educate your own kids. Am I right? Get up in the morning, have breakfast, have dinner with your family. And we did that, and look what happened. When they sent me home, I was making $100,000 a month. I'm up $100,000 and some thousand a month because they sent us home. Send me home again. This is a better opportunity. Do you believe it? Yes. Do you trust your peers? You know, I look at Lawrence Walker. When I was a rookie in the business, I was broke, struggling. My office was an hour and a half away from where I lived. And when appointments were canceled, Jason, I didn't want to go back home. So I find an office. And I go to Lawrence's office. He didn't judge me and say who you're under, where you're at in premium, what kind of ring you got on. I would take my guys to Lawrence's hot nights. He didn't know who I was. I'm a district. He's already a millionaire. His parents are millionaires. When I'm in other states, I call other people, and I'll say, hey, look, I'm in town. Come get me. Chris Howard, where's Chris at? I go to Vegas. I go to Chris. We hang out forever. He didn't judge me when I was broke. He didn't say who you're under. When I go to New York, I call Jim and Mary Coker, or I call Chris A. Chong. Anywhere I can go into North America. I remember Mary Walker one time picked me up in her beautiful van. And I'm like, dang, I never seen a van like this, next level van. But she's one of the original founders. She didn't say, what level are you? You're not under me. We are one team. Do you believe that? Do you believe that we are one team? There's offense and there's defense, there's special teams, but we are one team. Let's go win a championship. I'm Gary Kornegay. I'll see you at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. God bless you.